Now last time I believe I was talking about those hunters up the top. Yeah, if you lure them in early, Fina and Narval are going to have a really tough time surviving. So you don't want to do that, and oh come on. Yeah, sadly Mary Sue is not doubling these guys. But they're missing, so that's fine. Right, yes, of course, we've got to make sure our Pegasus Knights fly as fast as they can. And this is why eliminating that, nice unnecessary critical there, eliminating that hunter in the first turn, yeah, that was for a good reason. With him gone, I can safely be as reckless as I want with my Pegasus Knights, and you need to do that. You've got to be fast with your Pegasus Knights here, if you want to save these items. Yeah, being a perfectionist, yeah, I mean, I want to get as many of them as I could. Unfortunately, I had to let a couple of them get away. It's much easier to kill them all on normal mode, and oh, come on, Narval, you could do better than that. His first level up in my other attempt in this chapter was so much better than that, but I guess I'll have to take it. Funnily enough, all these thieves drop some items that Narval himself would really like, especially that Wu Dao. Given that killing edges are only 20 critical in this game and not 30, that fills the niche of the 30 critical weapon. And yeah, he likes critical, so yeah, that's pretty nice for him to have. Also a couple of Master Seals, so he'll be set for promotion. Scorpio Shard, well, he doesn't really need that, he doubles a lot anyway. That Angelic Robe would actually really help him. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose that one, but still. Anyway, now, right, having Militia on hand for healing. Now, this village. This is an important village, and unfortunately, it's kind of out of the way. Apparently, the villagers are telling you to never go near that cave, because there's a dangerous fire dragon in there. Well, you know what they say in RPGs, whenever an NPC warns you not to do something, you go and do it. Yeah, that guy before said, let sleeping dogs lie. But we're not going to let sleeping dragons lie. I mean, hey, you know, we don't want to miss our chance to see a real dragon, are we? Just be warned, okay? Now, the dragon is optional. You'll see him in the next turn. Hey, and he is pretty much tougher than anything you fought previously. So be careful. Now, Astrum, there's Astrum, and oh, wait a minute, Proud Commander count 5. There we go. Right, Astrum, yeah. He's got his free company up there, and they said that their reinforcements are going to be spawning from those forts soon. Fortunately, these thieves are too concerned with escaping the map. They're attacking us. I think I'm going to lose one of those Master Seals, but it's fine. I mean, I don't really need that many Masters anyway. The guy we don't want to lose, though, is the Scorpio Shard guy, although I've got to watch out for that, Hunter, though. If he gets his hands on Sheeta, yeah. Yeah, this guy's going... Well, fortunately, we can stay out of the Hunter's range, weaken him enough to finish him off with... Yeah, it's a shame it's actually really hard to double this guy due to that Scorpio Shard, so that's kind of tricky. But now it is ours. And yes, one of the more useful Star Spear Shards, +2 to speed, like I said, can be the difference between doubling and not doubling. So it's a very, very useful bonus to have. Now, that guy there, I've got to watch out for that Hunter there. Yeah, I would kill him now, except I'm going to get in range of those heroes if I do. Which, yeah, they told you, yes, stay out of range of the free company. You don't want to provoke them. They're not nice. Not nice at all. Oh, still not doubling, but fortunately I'll still kill this guy. Hey, yeah, Fina weakened this guy enough to finish off. That was pretty nice. And level up for Mary Sue. Yeah, uncharacteristically, yeah, but anyway. Yes, now we don't want Fina to go in range, but fortunately we can show her dancing here. Funny thing here about Fina's dancing, dancing doesn't actually have a battle animation in this game, it just shows it on the map. Weirdly enough, the original Mystery did in fact have an animation for dancing, and in fact Fina had her own dance theme, which you actually probably heard in the last part. I played it over her character introduction. Right, now, if you go close to this cave, we'll have to wait till the enemy phase to see this, but once you go close to the cave, something happens. On hard mode though, you'd better watch out. Reinforcements, reinforcements, whoa, crap. And of course, Jagged warns you when he appears. Now, we've got to be careful here though. On hard or above, this fire dragon can move the turn he appears. And that... Oh, great, lost the Master Seal. That's okay. You get plenty of them in this game, trust me. I think you get about 15, which is exactly the number of characters you can bring to the final chapter, but that includes Marth, so you really get more than you ever need. Now, it's Fire Dragons. Whoa! Yeah, just to warn you, this guy is pretty tough. You see there, Marth can't even double him. Now, there's quite a few things I've got to be explaining about this Fire Dragon, but there's also some reinforcements coming, which is annoying. Oh, those Cavaliers are going to be nasty. I did not expect them to appear this turn, and in hindsight, it was not a good idea to provoke that Fire Dragon now. But anyway, our plan here is to possibly kill that Wudao guy, but get rid of the archers first, otherwise my Pegasus Knights are going to have a rough time. Oh yeah, critical. By the way, a random thing I noticed, actually, I didn't notice this until I looked at a playthrough of Shadow Dragon recently, but, the critical boing and flash is actually new to New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow. Shadow Dragon did not actually have that flash for critical hits, and, you actually need it, because the critical hit animations in this game, for the most part, are really basic. Some of them are really basic, like Sorcerer. Sorcerer's critical animation is ridiculous. They just hold their hand up for a little bit longer than they do than when they normally attack. That's their critical animation. Still. Right, want to kill these guys. Anyway, yeah, that was not in the original, and I believe the no damage sound effect is also different in this game than it was in Shadow Dragon. Just a few random bits. Now, at this point, I was thinking, oh crap, there's no way I'm going to be able to kill this thief without getting in range of Astron's Free Company. And that's bad. Until I realized I have a Javelin. Finally, Javelins are good for something. I mean, Javelins still suck, but, I'm warming up to them a little bit. They've gained a bit of respect, and yes, I'm glad I saved that Wudao. Very nice sword to have there, very nice. Right, okay, L5 there, we've got to watch out for that. Now, it is time to deal with the dragon. First I've got to watch out for these guys. This is, okay, quite a few things I need to say about this Fire Dragon. Firstly, and this is something really weird that I did not know until I started recording this. You may notice the Fire Dragon carries a droppable Firestone, and that's mainly the reward for beating him. Now, something I never realized before, though, is the fact that he can actually attack with it as if it was a weapon. Which is really strange, because as you can see in its inventory, it has Fire Breath, which has the exact same effect. Which is really weird. And I don't know, this is strange. I don't know if it's an oversight or something, but yeah, apparently Fire Dragons, well, or all dragons, can actually attack with Dragon Stones as if they were weapons. Which is, again, kind of weird. Right then, I've got to kill this dragon quickly without letting Linda get killed by those guys. Time to vaporize with Aura. Sorry, dragon, but that's what you get for hurting my friends. Okay, now, I'm gonna need to use Marth to block off those guys, but I've got to make sure he doesn't get killed, though, because that dragon did an awful lot of damage to him. Basically, yeah, now, also, got to talk more about the dragon, then. This is probably, it's optional, but it's recommended, because this gives you an idea of just how transformed dragons work. And you're going to want to know how they work, because you're going to be fighting a lot of them later. Basically, in this game, unlike in Shadow Dragon, you won't really be fighting actual mannequins that often. Instead, you'll be fighting dragons in their transformed forms. They're basically exactly the same. I mean, all the stats they have are basically the, same stat additions they get from their Dragon Stones anyway. It's just that you basically just don't have to watch the transformation animation every time you fight them. So in a way, they kind of work like the feral ones in the Tellius game. Transforming, enemies, but they're permanently stuck in their transformed state. Story-wise, transformed, wow, nice dodge. Now this is where I started to really freak out. If she had got hit by both these calves this turn, she would have died, and that actually happened in one of my earlier runs. But, fortune smiled upon me today, and Linda was awesome. Thank you, Linda. You saved me from having to restart my run. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Anyway, back to the dragon. These armored guys will take a while to reach us, but they do have a killer lance and a rider's bane, so you've got to watch out for them too. That Elfire mage is also fairly nasty. Yeah, right as Bane. Probably safer to attack this guy than the Killer Lance guy. You never want to risk a critical when the AI is concerned. And back to Transformed Dragons. Story-wise, they're basically Manaketes who, have long since gone feral, and unable to transform back into their human form, they're basically reverted to just mindless beasts. Sad, really. It's our job to put them out of their misery. Now, and the other thing you probably should know about Transformed Dragons, this will only be relevant if you're insane and are playing on Lunatic mode. On normal mode, Dragon's Breath has the same stats as a Manakete would get when attacking with a Dragonstone, except it counts as a melee weapon with range 1. Not so on Lunatic mode. On Lunatic mode, there's a change, a pretty significant one at that doesn't involve stats. On Lunatic mode, Dragon Breath has a range of 1 to 2, like magic. This means, yes, dragons can snipe you from long range, and that gets really bad. You probably won't realise how bad yet, but let's just say we'll be facing an awful lot of dragons in the future, and them being able to hit you from long range, that is painful, incredibly painful. Not to mention that Dragon Breath in general hurts, even without the fact that in the original Mystery, Dragon Breath ignored defense. It doesn't anymore, but they have stat boosts to compensate, and it still hurts like hell. Speaking of hurting like hell, we're gonna make this boss hurt like hell now. This is the boss of this chapter, Dahl, a thief, interestingly enough. And here we go, here's his battle quote. He's kind of an interesting character, given that, well, one, he's a gigantic hypocrite. He's oddly self-righteous for a thief, and, oh, come on, Katsuya, I wanted you to get. Anyway. He has a Levin sword, which he'll drop when defeated, implying that that Levin sword wasn't his to begin with, he probably yoinked it from the temple. Anyway, Dahl is interesting because he's one of the very few thief bosses in the entire series. Now, apart from this guy, and the boss of one of the BS chapters in this game, Overkill, again, he's an oddly self-righteous thief. He seems to be utterly convinced that he's morally in the right and you're not. Admittedly, he does have a point in some cases, but he was the one trying to steal from the Sacred Temple. He kinda had it coming. Anyway, apart from this guy, and one of the bosses in one of the bonus Arcania Chronicles chapters, which you unlock after finishing the prologue, I'll play those at the end of the game. Damn it, more reinforcements are coming, this is going to be tricky. Apart from them, I really don't know if there are any thief bosses in the entire series as far as I know, so if you can remember any other thief bosses in the series, apart from these two in this game, that'd be much appreciated. Now, of course though, being a thief and a boss, he gives an awful lot of experience, so make sure you get killed with someone who needs the experience. Yeah. Thieves give bonus experience on top of their normal, and bosses give an additional bonus, though I'm not sure if being a thief and a boss causes them to stack. Like I said, there are only 2 thief bosses in the game, and one of them is in a bonus chapter where experience doesn't carry over to the main story anyway. And Ryan once again proving, breaking the stereotype of archers that can actually survive on the front lines. Now, we're going to get to that cave, because like I said in the first chapter before I was interrupted by plots, in this game, caves always have hidden items in them. But unlike hidden items in most games in the series, you always have a 100% chance of picking these up, even if you're not a thief. So make sure you explore caves when you see them. This cave has a pretty nice item, and again, it's the second reason why we want to beat this fire dragon. Because what do you do once you've killed the dragon? Loot his treasure hoard! Yes, anyway. Right, now we're all running over this way, because very soon we're going to have a problem. Oh, don't crit, don't crit. Oh, good, you didn't crit. Right, but the cabs are coming in. Okay, this is basically where this chapter gets pretty hectic. Reinforcements are going to continue to spawn for quite a while now. This mage in particular is annoying. Hellfire is a pretty painful tone. So you want to watch out for him, and they'll just keep coming. Now this is also, whoa crap, this is bad, bad, really bad. I was freaking out now because, whoa, Ogma, close shave there, very, very close shave. Phew, that was close. And more reinforcements are coming. And they're just gonna keep on coming, and coming, and coming. Alright, let's loot the dragon's treasure hoard for a physics staff. This could not have come at a better time. And this is actually the main reason why we want to beat that dragon. The Firestone is good and all, but we'll see. The next character you get who can actually use the Firestone, well, to say he sucks would be putting it very, very mildly. But physics staff, again, couldn't have come at a better time, although it would be nice if Militia had it when Narbo and Fina were getting attacked. I love one-shotting mages, always fun. Okay, this is where things get tricky. This is going to be dicey. I don't think Ogma is going to be able to escape that cav, and I really don't want Linda to get hit either. So, this is where I was starting to freak out. He also has no vulneraries, and I also can't heal him. So, I decided to compromise. I didn't want to use of this staff before I had to, but the game has given me no choice. I'm gonna have to rescue Ogma. Rescue staff, go now! I was actually deliberating here whether or not to use it, but, I'd have to restart if I didn't use it here, and I'd rather actually waste a use of this than, I've got the hammer and staff to repair it anyway. The thing is, we actually are going to need to save at least 2 uses of the rescue staff, because there are 2 characters who are pretty much impossible to recruit without it. Now also, as a lot of walkthroughs have suggested, yep, wow, the reinforcements are getting more and more frequent, and this is why I said, this chapter, you want to get the hell out of here as fast as you can, because those reinforcements are going to make things really dicey. Yeah, plus I was really, really angry at this point. I had not had a good day that day. And, hey, look, you get to see a battle in a cave. I'm not sure if this kind of terrain was new in Mystery. I don't know if you could actually fight on caves in Shadow Dragon, but anyway. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if Astrum's Free Company move if you take way too long to complete this chapter, but just something to bear in mind, the reinforcements certainly are, and they're just going to flood this whole place, and again, this is why you want to finish this chapter as soon as you can, because those reinforcements, yeah, you don't want to have to deal with all these. On normal mode, they can be good for experience. On a difficulty like this, though, oh, you finally crit with that killer bow. Yeah, I gave it to you so you crit more, but you don't seem to be doing that. Anyway, right. Now, around this point, yeah, around this point, I was basically like, screw this, I want this chapter to die a horrible death. So, wasted another rescue staff use to get Marth all the way over here, just so I could finish it right now. But before we put this chapter to rest, I really did not have a good run here, so I just wanted this chapter to basically just burn and die at this point. Nice level up for Sirius. Before we do though, before we see, just getting some last minute experience for Fina and Militia. You know, always nice to get some last minute experience. And break your heal staff, I believe. Yep. And let's secure the Fane of Ramen. That was hectic, and I do not want to go through another experience like that again. Phew, glad that is over. Unfortunately, 2 thieves escaped the map. We've driven away the thieves, but unfortunately, as Jagan said, everything that wasn't nailed down is gone. Fortunately, we managed to recover most of it. That Scorpio Shard, that was the one we really wanted to recover. Now though, we're going to put this on hold because Jagan is going to tell us the Legend of Naga. Now, and here we go. This music playing here is an amazing piece known as Festival of Naga. It's just beautiful. The arrangement on this, just amazing. I love it. It's just, wow, it's really amazing. We probably won't hear the full theme right here. It's, it's actually, yeah, quite a nice piece, and it goes on for quite a while before it loops. Anyway, though, this track in the original mystery was known as Tapestry or Legend of Naga, and I actually much prefer this arrangement because the version in the original mystery was really weird. It sort of used a semi-synthesized glockenspiel rather than a harp, and I actually always thought it sounded really strange, and kind of plinky, I don't know, it's weird. I don't even know that that's even a word, but anyway, basically, yeah, this is, talking about the Legend of Naga, and, well, you basically saw all you needed to see back there. One thing though, remember that here, Naga is referred to as male, despite the fact that later on, Awakening would make Naga canonically indisputably female. Then again, I mean, Naga is a god, so I guess they don't really, technically speaking, they probably don't even have a gender. They just use whatever form that humans are comfortable with. And yes, that Naga there, yep, that is the same Naga from Fire Emblem 4's backstory. And yes, the same Naga is pretty much an omnipresent deity throughout the whole series, as Awakening reveals. I actually haven't spoiled myself on much involving Naga's role in Awakening. Apparently, though, Awakening pretty much canonizes the fact that Naga's pretty much been watching over everything since the start of the series. And also Naga, yes, is indisputably female, too. Even though this, game refers to him as male. And here's another one of these, appearance things. This lets you wear a hat like Wendell. Wendell's hat has reached kind of mimetic, qualities, so I guess that's kind of funny. Anyway, I'll see you in the next chapter, but first, it's time for a recap. Star Shard Roundup is a new feature of this playthrough, which, yeah, will be starting now. Basically, every time we find a Star Shard, I will give you a roundup on where it was, how we found it, and what tactics are best to use to get it. And, of course, whether it's missable or not, and those are really important. We don't want to miss a single Star Shard starting now. So, okay, we only got one Star Shard in this chapter, but let's get right to it. The Scorpio Shard is in the possession of one of the lower thieves in this map. Yeah, that one you just saw there. Now, fortunately, he starts a little lower than the other thieves, which means he'll take longer to escape. You can either have Narvals go down with help of Feeder's Dance and pray for a lucky critical against him, or you can use someone with really high speed, and I mean really high. By really high, I mean could not be higher. With an effective speed of 16 on hard mode, that's 14 plus the 2 from the shard, this guy's can only be doubled by someone with 20 speed, as in maxed. But someone like Sheeta probably can, though you can always get an assist kill here. With him down, you get the Scorpio Shard, which provides plus 2 to speed, but more importantly, you need it for the good ending. And, of course, you don't want to let this guy escape the map. So, get to him quickly with a Pegasus Knight like especially Sheeta, given that she'll probably double him. Of course, this is on regular hard. On normal, he'll be easier to double. On anything higher than hard, I'll bet not even Sheeta can double him. So I guess you'll need to team up on him with 2 characters at least. Right, this has been a Star Sphere Roundup.